Be sure to go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It's a good deal and it helps support the show. Today's video, I mean, for what it's worth, these videos are never actually brought to you by second things. I usually just say like button and all that nonsense. But today, I want you all to check out the YouTube channel Cracking the Cryptic. They're probably not going to notice that I shouted them out because they've been shouted out by James Charles. I actually started watching them way before that. And I've been getting into solving Sudoku yesterday for you all on stream. I think I beat my personal record of a hard Sudoku time. Now, I'm super proud of it, but it was a ton of fun. And I find Sudoku fun now. This is one of those things that literally I was like, hey, this is fun to watch this British man. He's British, right? Yes. Talk about freaking number puzzles, Japanese number puzzles even. So I had a good time learning about it, and so check out Cracking the Cryptic. Today we're going to be playing Abzan Death and Taxes. You might be looking at this and say, what's Abzan about this? It looks like white with 2 black cards and 2 green cards. 2. Yeah, it's Death and Taxes. It's base white. What do you want? What do you want from me? This is using, essentially the best of the best from the Orzhov version and the Selesnya version, as well as including Luminous Broodmoth. Really, where this deck shines, I should say, where it actually uses the Abzan is in the sideboard. And I'll get to that in a moment. So first things first, we're going to kind of go through the core. 4 Alseid of Life's Bounty, 4 Thalia, 4 Tithe Taker, and only 3 Kinjalli Sunwing. Typically, this is core, so it should be 4, but had to trim somewhere. These cards are kind of right now what I call the core. So Alseid allows you to protect all of your creatures, and this deck is 100% creatures. No non-creatures. It's creatures and lands. We are only running 23 lands, which might be a problem, but our average is 2.6, so hopefully it isn't. But yeah, this card can protect our stuff, which is fantastic. Thalia makes it so that any nonsense deck is a little bit hard. It takes them longer to do their nonsense. Tithe Taker makes it so that opponents trying to cast things on our turn have a more difficult time, and it's 2 bodies in 1. And of course, Kinjalli Sunwing allows us to attack while our opponents are getting their creatures in tap, so we can apply more pressure on them. Also, it's a flyer, which is great. Then, of course, we have 2 Knight of the Ebon Legion. Since this deck does have an okay amount of flyers, I figure Knight of the Ebon Legion might be decent to draw. This is definitely one of the weaker cards in this version of this deck. It's possible that Knight of the Ebon Legion could be something else. That something else would likely be either a 2-drop or a removal spell, but I don't know exactly what. I still want to give Knight of the Ebon Legion a try because it is something where I'm able to get a really powerful, annoying to deal with creature on the board, so I'm not sure. For Charming Prince, the reason this deck is running Charming Prince is because we are running essentially a bunch of creatures whose power is 2 or less, which means we want to be running Militia Bugler. And if we're running Militia Bugler, we're not really going to be wanting to run Tocatli Honor Guard or Hushbringer. We also don't want to run Hushbringer because we have dies triggers here. So we have enough ETBs that we don't really want to deal with Hushbringer. We do want this, and as I said, we have enough ETBs that Charming Prince allows us to rebuy a Knight of the Autumn, rebuy a Bugler, rebuy a Tristani. But it has the versatility of gaining us 3 or having a Scry 2. And the Scry 2 I think is going to be the most generally used in this version. Like in the Azorius version, the bounce effect or the blink effect, whatever you want to call it, I think was the one I used the most. But in this one, I think it's going to be the Scry because it just helps us to maintain our pressure and find the cards that we're looking for. I talked a little bit about Bugler already, but Bugler gets like everything in the deck except for my 4-drops. So this has, besides the 23, so that's what, 29, has 31 hits. That's pretty damn high. So this should essentially always read, get to draw a card. It's just generally strong. Plus, it has Vigilance, which is nice. 3 Murderous Riders. It's a creature that is also removal. It's pretty good. Knight of Autumn. It's potentially a big dude. Potentially artifact enchantment removal in the main deck, which is nice. Or it's just gain life. which is great. 3 Shalais, this protects the rest of our creatures, which is sublime. Helps against any burn-style decks, although I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. But most importantly, it allows me to buff our team if we just get a little bit flooded. Broodmoth, obviously, not going to be too helpful with specifically Sunwing and Shalai, but everything else, being able to just come on back, seems pretty nice. And we can reset the counters with Charming Prince. So I think Luminous Broodmoth is definitely the biggest boon to Death and Taxes lists in Historic from Ikoria. Tristani is cool because she's a 1-card army, which is very helpful in decks like these where, you know, you get wrathed and then you're like, oh no, Tristani. She's also an Anthem, so, you know, you can play her down on this one turn and have surprise lethal. And then, of course, she gives you your stuff back. Anyway, this is the mana base. It's should be fine. All of our cards main deck are creatures, so Ancient Ziggurat should be okay. Ancient Ziggurat is a little bit worse because I can't use mana on these 2 activated abilities, but they're and this one either. So I'm not generally a fan of this card, even though like technically it should be great. I'm no longer running the single color cycle lands. Instead, I have 4 Indatha Triomes. One of the other reasons why I think Knight of the Ebon Legion might be worth a chop is because then it makes it so I only have 4 1-drops, and Indatha Triome becomes even better because it's less likely that I'm going to need to play it on a non-turn 1 play. But also it has cycling, which is nice. Then we have shocks and checks. These checks are made slightly better. Like typically I'll do 4 and 2s, but these checks are made slightly better because of Indatha Triome. We're not running any of the green-black lands, so the Overgrown Tombs or the Woodland Cemeteries, because this is a white base. This is a white deck first. Onto the sideboard, we have 2 Grafdigger's Cage and 2 Kunoros, Hound of Athreos. These are the main like graveyard hate in this deck. Cage nicely also deals with Garuda. Deals with Garuda because it comes from the top, and I believe it also deals with Lucadex. Yeah. No, it doesn't, because these get exiled. Right? Put that card. Oh no, it doesn't. It's revealed. Okay, I thought they said exile from the top. And then I think it also hits Winota. Look at the top 6. Yeah. So Grafdigger's Cage hits all of those. Kunoros doesn't hit all of those. It just helps against specifically like the Kethis combo decks, and I've seen one of them in best of 1. Don't know how frequent they're going to be in best of 3, but still, it helps against graveyard shenanigans and things. This might get trimmed. 2 Drannith Magistrate. Companions. This hates on companions, which is nice. It hates on cards that want to cast things from graveyard, from library. I don't think anything casts from library, but still, makes it so you can't cast things from exile, so it hurts adventure as well. 2 Hushbringers. Now, I did say, I got a lot of reason not to run this. Hushbringer, right now, I mean, for what it's worth, right now the sideboard slot is really flexible because there's going to be some historic bans on Monday, so I figure this is going to change anyway, but for right now, Hushbringer is just in case I need something to deal with that. 2 Nyx's Ram. We have a decent amount of life gain, to be honest. I mean, even like this and this technically in the main deck. I wanted to make sure I had something in the side. Actually, you know what? I realized Nyx's Ram is not as good. Is that true? Inspiring Cleric can't get hit by Bugler, but it can get bounced. I think I'm going to go with this. Virulent Plague is Field of the Dead. One of the big issues with the white-green version is that it had like no play against Field of the Dead decks. The black allows it to have this, as well as Maelstrom Pulse. Maelstrom Pulse gets rid of the zombie tokens, but it can also just blow up anything else. And then 2 Shifting Ceratops against control decks, so, or like counterspell-based control decks. So let's hop in. I have not actually tested this deck, but fuck it, we'll do it live. DMT 76. I'll play first. I will mulligan. I will keep this. I'm going to put... put the Sunwing back? Yeah. I'm going to Ziggurat on turn 1. The reason I Ziggurat is because I might be able to draw like a 2-drop, and then I play it. Alright, so this is Knights. Mardu Knights, which means my my Sunwing would have been a little bit better. Okay, so this is nice, so I could potentially do that. But I think for right now, I'm just going to play this tapped and a pass. But yeah, that's my main issue with Ancient Ziggurat, is I can't activate my Alseid. Fervent Champion, sure. So I'm going to take 3 here. Ow. Ow. Now I'm going to Bugler next turn. And the following turn I can Broodmoth, which would be pretty nice. Murderous Rider is not bad. So what's great is I know for a fact that my opponent can't... Oh, wow. Because of this, I know not only can they not pay for Knight, they also can't cast Embercleave. Because these don't pay for Embercleave. Because Embercleave is double red, and this only taps for creature spells. Cool. So I don't have a hard wall, I have a soft wall. Okay. Who got chosen? Okay. So I'm gonna force them to sacrifice this, I suppose. Trying to figure out if I value the Knight not growing more than the Alseid, and I think I would rather keep the Alseid because of Luminous Broodmoth. But I assume we're going to see the Dauntless Bodyguard get sacked. No? Alright. That's fine. Okay, so those are going to grow. Play a Ziggurat, play a Broodmoth. I love this animation. It's absolutely fantastic. I can attack. Yeah, I'm just going to attack. This has Vigilance. I literally don't care if it dies. Cool. I do need to worry about this. So my opponent can activate a Knight of the Ebon Legion at this point, but they still can't cast Embercleave, which is... Move myself over a little. If they just attack with those, I'm blocking both. They shocked though. I assume it was to use the Knight. Okay. Yes, no. Maybe. I don't know. Can you repeat the question? You're not the boss of me now. You're not the boss of me now. You're not the boss of me now, and you're not so big. They will come back. I will get essentially a draw, which is fantastic. I love the idea of Charming Prince here. I'm gonna grab Charming Prince, because I can reset my Bugler, which is top tier. Another Bodyguard, sure. Although you didn't tap the Ziggurat, which is strange, so they lost life for no reason. Gonna go and Z that. You have Vigilance, so I'm gonna attack with you. Cool. Charming Prince to bounce my Bugler. So now I can use Alseid. I could pay... I guess I could have attacked with this, and then this would have gotten larger. I can pay 2. I think I'm just going to play this tapped. And do I play the second Alseid? Yeah, I'm gonna play the second Alseid. Just more protection, you know? This will come back, I'll draw another card. And then I can re-get it. Black Lance, sure. That's fine. The near whiff is real. Okay, opponent has 1 land. Or 1 card in hand. And I win. Cool. Game 2. I will get to the Discord questions in just a second. So I definitely want Inspiring Cleric. Your opponents can't cast spells from anywhere. Creatures entering the battlefield don't know. Maelstrom Pulse, maybe? We're going second. This becomes a little bit worse. Kunoros might be good just for the lifelink, to be honest. I am tempted to bring in Pulse. Because it just kills shit. I'm not going to bring Pulse on the play. On the draw, I mean. Yeah. No. Sure. Spend this mana only to cast a creature spell. I believe that doesn't work. So the question is, do I want to keep the land? Or do I want to keep the Rider? This gets to scry. I think I'm gonna do this. It could be super incorrect though. Krups asks, what dual colored lands would you like to see after rotation hits? I just want to see the damn I want to see cycles get completed. That's my main goal. Also, fuck you, Murderous Rider. Yeah, if it's a playable cycle of lands, I'd like to see them get finished. So we'll do this, followed by this. This is a little annoying. Next turn, if they play a land, they can't Embercleave. Get fucked. Thalia's the best. Dauntless Bodyguard. To protect that Dauntless Bodyguard. Which is fine. I'll just block this thing's soldier token. Okay. Worthy Knight. Another bodyguard. Jeez, dude. Who are you protecting? That one? Sure. Is gaining 8 life in a row... Like, is gaining 8 life then 8 life again good? Let's hope so. Yeah, I don't think I like Ziggurat. I'm trying to think if there are any... Oh, sweet. Cool. I'm trying to think if there's any specific land cycle that I want to see. I mean, obviously, it'd be cool if the Triomes got... These fucking bot matches! These fucking bot matches! Everything. Just... Stop. Just stop. Anyway, the Triomes. What's annoying is that they can essentially, like, never print their Triomes. Except in a supplemental product or next time we go to Ikoria. So, yeah. Let's see. Epic, 4 numbers. Says Esper or Gruul. Esper. I don't like playing against Gruul. I don't like playing with Gruul all that much. I don't really like playing against Esper, but I feel fine playing Esper. I love me a good Oath of Kaya into Ashiok into actual Kaya. What are these hands? What are these opening hands, dude? Sure, this is fine. This is, like, reasonable. Playing Knight of Autumn is, like, just as likely as playing Murderous Rider. This is going to be Jeskai Yorion Fires, probably. Which means Knight of Autumn is a little bit more important, I think. But, we'll see. Frog, I know your memory sucks, but what is the best dad joke pun you've ever heard? Well, I got this. What the hell? Alright, this is no longer the deck I thought it was. Just ramp, I guess. Gates? Sure. So far, they're 5 colors. Alright. This is my 3rd turn. I think I'm going to save Knight of Autumn, to be honest. I need to have the option of blowing something the hell up. I think the biggest issue is that my opponent can just have a board wipe. Well, I guess that's what Broodmoth is for. Yeah. Wait, I told one of my teachers what I thought was a funny pun once. Deafening Clarion. Alright, well, get fuck me, I guess. So Shalai can die, and I don't get anything back. So this is just 5-color ramp nonsense. Let's see. You son of a bitch. I hate everything. Yeah, I'm just not going to play this. Is there even a reason to, like... Ah, here it is. What did the man say when his spouse threw sodium chloride at him? Hey, that's assault! What did he say when his spouse threw lithium cobalt oxide at him? And that's a battery. I do not need either of these. Thank you. I'll just get Clarion again. No, I guess I have Alseid to protect my Knight of the Ebon Legion. So, sure, I suppose. That was the best I could do, Frog. Hey, I get to smork my opponent. But I can't activate my Knight of the Ebon Legion. I don't like Ancient Ziggurat in this deck. Not one bit. Life is pain. Maelstrom 3 numbers asks, what would you think about shock lands that cost something other than life? I.e., this land enters tapped unless you discard a card, sack a creature, give your opponent life, something. Giving your opponent life is not nearly as strong. Or not nearly as strong of a deterrent. You would have to give your opponent probably like 10 life or something to make it justifiable. I just realized I can't actually even cycle this. So I'm just going to play it so I can cast Murderous Rider. It's V1. It's V1. I got to make some modifications, obviously. I'm going to try and kill this. Oh, yay! My Knight of Autumn gets bounced! Woo! I hate all things. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No more. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I can't wait till companions are nerfed. That'll be a good day.
I've got it.
Discarding a card, like... I feel like that one's just too easy to abuse as well. It's difficult. I think it's difficult to really make them balanced.
Right on schedule.
This card's bad. I hurt myself today by playing before the bands. I hurt myself today. I'm just gonna go play Sudoku instead. Hey, I got a card I like. Number for real. I can't wait till this meta is over. I'm done. I'd like to thank my patrons for keeping me sane. If you'd like to join them in the Support Theoric 6 fund, you find links to that in the description below. I hope you've enjoyed this first look into 3-colored taxes. I gotta make some changes, obviously, but one thing, like, what the fuck were those opening hands? And another, Ancient Ziggurat's garbage, dude. Fucking card is garbage. Now the Ebon Legion probably gonna get cut. I gotta rework the. I'm gonna make all these changes after we understand the bans and stuff, because those are just gonna fundamentally change. Excuse me, things. So I don't know. But if you did like it, tap that like button, subscription, yada yada yada. Until next time, I'll be one.